Okay, so this is part 2 of our Facebook data export digital recipe for the XLab. You might recall in version 1 or episode 1, which you had a look at, we requested a Facebook data export from our settings inside the Facebook's web client. What happens is once they've sharded all the information together, you get an email. This is the email. You recently requested a copy of your Facebook data. It's now ready for you to download. It does warn you that it contains private information and you should keep it secure. And when you click the link, you'll basically get taken to another page which allows you to download your information again. So it downloads your archive for the second time. When you click on Start My Archive, it's going to ask you again for your password. If you remember, it asked you the first time, so you have to put it in twice. Basically, this is to create the actual archive and download it. Once you've got that downloaded, it comes down as a zip file. And then you open the zip file up, and it's got these 3 directories in it and an index file which we're going to use to look through the actual content. Mine was 313 megabytes when I downloaded mine, so there's quite a lot of information inside it, over 2,000 objects inside these folders. And when you open it up, you get this index HTML file here. So if I open that up in Chrome, this is what you get, and this is a local HTML file using this. It's not on the internet, this is just a local file local to the machine, which is really good for the XLab recipe because it kind of shows people the information that Facebook keeps about you. And if you think about this, this is my digital DNA with Facebook. This is everything that describes me. It's my X and Y genes, my chromosomes basically describe me with Facebook. So I got my profile, my email address, the registration date. So it's been capturing information about me since 2007. And we operate at the surface level of Facebook, the shiny surface level interaction with our friends. This is, if you think about it, it's like the crust of the planet. This stuff is the stuff that makes it everything down to the core, all the information about me. So you can see that it's basically tracked all my family relations, schools I went to, activities I've liked, books I've liked, everything else I've liked over the years inside of Facebook. Now I don't like these things anymore. If I look at the likes on things, this stuff has been turned off, but they've got a record of what I have liked in the past. These are all the apps that I've used to connect up with Facebook. I don't use them all anymore, but these are the ones I've used over the time, so they know that I've made a connection to this via Facebook. So even this one page is quite illuminating when we show it to people in a digital recipe within the XLab, because it actually starts to show people the kind of information that Facebook tracks about us. The contact information one's interesting because not only does it capture what you'd expect, your contact information that you capture on here, but also if you look at the address book, look at the information it captures on the address book here. These are all my contacts. They get multiple email addresses, at least semblances of their dates of birth when they are, so you get sort of days and months. You get their websites, links, what kind of things they're connected to. So it's a huge Rolodex of information that is expected. Now, if you actually looked for that inside of Facebook, you wouldn't probably find that very easily when you looked at the about pages of these people. It's all kind of hidden away, but it comes out inside the data export. Massive amounts of information in there. You obviously get to see your timeline. You get to see your photos that you've uploaded. You get to see the things that you've synced across from a photo point of view. This is your friends list, basically. So it gives you your full friend list. It can be exported, so you can see all the people you're connected to, all their names, which is quite a lot, obviously, from the data. Sometimes it's quite interesting to actually look at that in a long list, because when you see a number of how many friends you've got on Facebook, it's not quite the same as seeing them as a big long list. Security will show you all your active sessions, so it'll show you where you logged on, IP addresses, all the different machines, the dates, the timestamps when you've logged on, all the account activity. It's all tracked. And this, you can see this page comes right the way down. There's a lot of information that's going back to password changes that were done in 2010, or where you've used credit cards and cookie options and security actions because logins were notified. Quite an intense amount of information is deployed and captured inside that security tab. Ads will show you these are the topics that it's used to advertise, and this is the interesting piece. This is the stuff that gives you the contextual adverts on your screen. So these are the things that it's using to give me ad topics around, things I've liked over the years. It gives me my ad, it describes me to Facebook basically. There are quite a lot of those, and then you can see the actual advert history, things I've clicked on as well, and so it'll actually show you things you've actually clicked on as adverts as well, inside Facebook as well. So there's a really an intense amount of information that's exported from the system, and we use this in the Experience Lab to basically give people a sense of the depth of information that we bleed out onto social networks, and Facebook being a prime example because it's one of the biggest ones in the world, and most of us have Facebook accounts and we interact with Facebook probably on a daily basis. So that's the purpose of the digital recipe. It takes about an hour to conduct. And it's an eye-opener for people. We use this as the start point for a number of other recipes inside the X Lab, leading on from once you understand about the information, what do you do to make sure that you're protecting it, or you are using the information to clean down your apps list or things that you've authenticated against, or putting on two-factor authentication. This is the start point for all of those digital recipes as well. Thanks.